Hi, loving people. So good morning, good day, or good evening, wherever you are. And welcome to another episode of Inner Ground, where we explore the depths of human experience with honesty, compassion, and of course, curiosity. Today, I'll be talking about something quietly profound, something that many men live with every day but rarely speak about. And why I was inspired to record this episode, it was on one occasion that I asked a certain person how he feels to say to his best friends or family members that he loves them, to hug them and say simply, I love you. And he was stunned. He was saying, I don't intend to say that because there is like a huge probability that I will be misunderstood. That it will be more like on romantic side and not like on a human side. And I was stunned. You know why? I told him I'm very free to say I love you both to my female and male friends and to know or family members, and to know that I will be understood in the right way. And then something clicked at me, and I was like, I love men. I really, really love men, and I think it's because of model that I was having while growing up in my daddy, because he was like really, really so sweet and so intelligent and so beautiful as a human being. And the way he interacted with my mom and everything, and that was probably the things, when you have something like that. And we would spend like lots of hours speaking about very profound things, but also about like the human consciousness, say human behaviors and human psychology, but also about the nature. And he was having a certain sense of humor, and he was having so many great qualities. And I'm guessing that is the why. And of course, in relationship, I was having like a basically good man. And so it touched me deeply to know that men have that limit, and it is like the most human for me. It's like the basics in the human relationship, like something that is quite normal, but I learned it is not. So I'm dedicating this episode to that part. And it is like a norm for men to be conditioned and to be pressured to be strong but not vulnerable, to lead but not to express doubt, to succeed but not to stumble, like a Mr. Perfect, to speak but only within the limits of what's acceptable. We often talk about women breaking free from societal conditioning and rights, but there is another side of the story that we don't explore enough, I think. And what happens when a man is not free to be fully himself? From a young age, boys are often taught directly or indirectly that emotions like sadness, fear, tenderness, or weakness, or crying, that all these things are not what real men do. Talking about feelings, that is for girls. Needing support, that is weakness. And so, slowly, layer by layer, a mask forms. Behind that mask, many men are silently carrying emotional pain, unspoken dream, or even parts of themselves they don't feel safe to show. I've seen time and time again that men were taught to achieve but not to feel. Men who became providers, protectors, performers, but never really learned how to be at peace with who they are. And to be honest with you, recently I found a very sweet man at the gym, and the way he caught my attention is because outside that he's huge, he's very tall and a big man, but it was like the peacefulness and the focus that he was having, and I didn't see that in men for quite some time, to be honest. And it's no wonder that so many men struggle with isolation, burnout, and emotional suppression. They've been conditioned to be everything but human. And what is the cost of this emotional exile? It will show up in relationships somewhere where vulnerability feels like danger, in workplaces where overachievement masks low self-esteem, or in quiet nights when the body is tired but the heart feels unseen. This is not about blaming society or pointing fingers. It's about awareness, compassion, and the courage to create a new space. A space where man can be both strong and soft, where he can lead and ask for help, where he can express desire, confusion, passion, grief, sadness, all of it without shame. Because wholeness is not a performance, it's presence. So if you're listening right now, maybe you are a man who's been quietly carrying a weight, or maybe you love someone who does. And know this, you don't have to fit into a mold that doesn't serve you. You can redefine what it means to be a man on your own terms. And that journey doesn't require you to be perfect, just honest. And you will see how everything will start to change once you change your mindset. And if this resonates with you, share it with someone who might need to hear it. And until next time, stay open, stay grounded. And remember, it is okay to be exactly who you are.